thousands of people miss a day of work at least once a year because of depression. I know I personally have missed a day of work because of depression. It is not fun, and I've been dealing with depression since I was in elementary school. Depression is very, very serious. I'm going to go over some different forms of depression just briefly. You guys know mainly symptoms, and I'm going to talk about treatments. I'm also going to go over working with depression and being a supervisor or manager with a depressed employee working underneath you and how you should handle him or her. The National Institute of Mental Health says there are several forms of depression: major depression, persistent depressive disorder, and bipolar disorder. These are the three main ones. There are a few more subcategories you can look into, but these are the three main ones. Now, some of the symptoms you guys probably know about: feeling sad, upset, blue, thoughts of suicide, and actual suicide. But there's also irritability, restlessness, unable to concentrate, think clearly, and lack of interest in your hobbies, including sex. Now, if you have some of these, there are a few treatments that you can have or do to help with your depression. There's, of course, medications, which I'm sure you guys seen on TV, you've seen ads on the computer, left and right. They're pretty much everywhere nowadays. You can talk to a psychiatrist, which can help people greatly. It didn't really help me, but it can help the right person. What works best for me is playing soccer. I found my little niche that makes me feel a lot better for days on end. I just have to go play soccer for an hour or so, and I'm good to go. I don't think about anything. I just play, and it helps so much. So if I know I have something going on that I really need to focus, I will go play soccer. Like if I have to work and I have a busy work week, I go play soccer because I know it will help me in the long run. Now, working with depression. The Mental Health America states, oftentimes a depressed employee will not seek treatment because they fear the effect it will have on their job. Meaning they are afraid that they could get fired because of it, they won't be considered for promotions because of it. They're fearful that it will hurt them rather than normal people, which they can just go up as they please if they are good workers. But if you have depression, if you feel like this is the case, you just need to show your boss or manager, supervisor, whoever it is, that you can do the job just as well, if not better, than regular employees. This is key because you have to really show it and go out of your way, which can help you or it can hurt you depending on your mood and how you're feeling as well. Now, if you have a depressed employee working underneath you, there's a few things you can say and or do. ValueOptions.com has a great little paragraph of what you can say to an employee to let them know you're here and there's resources for them. It states, I'm concerned that you've been late to work recently and aren't meeting your performance objectives. I like to see you get back on track, and I don't know whether this is the case for you, but if you have a personal issue, you can speak confidentially to one of our employee assistance counselors. Now, this is a great little way to get it started and know that you're noticing something and trying to help your employee. There are a couple other things that you can do that would help your employee without saying these. Value Options also has some that say, learn about depression, recognize when an employee shows signs of a problem, and discuss changes in work performance with said employee. I think it's key for all bosses to understand a little bit about depression, because you may not be diagnosed with depression, but you can go through a depressed period of time and it's not fun. And if you know about it, you can see it in other people, and then you can try to help them with their work, make sure they're okay, offer assistance, like the first one with the counselor if you have one at your job. And then third is, of course, talk about the performance, make sure you're meeting the performance that needs to be met in your current position. Another thing a great supervisor can do is make a happy work environment. This is key for any job, I feel like, because who doesn't want to work in a happy work environment? It makes things so much better. Workplace Depression by Scott Wallace has a couple great ideas of how to create a happy workplace environment. You can offer an opportunity to use and develop skills, be a supportive boss, offer variety, and some input into design and or creation of the work. It's nice to know you're wanted and needed when you're working. It helps you think about things and know you're being taken seriously. it just really helps. It takes your mind off of the depression. It keeps it from creeping up on you slowly. So some of those are key, I feel like, in any job position. So happy work environment, learn about depression, and then know what to say if you're a supervisor, and then know how to cope with depression when you're working if you have it, and show that you're capable of doing everything else better than anyone else pretty much. And then depression is very serious. It's very, very serious. I've had my very dark days where I don't do anything. It's scary. If you notice this in someone, all you have to do is just notice them and say something, and it helps tremendously. You'll be surprised at how much you can help someone just by saying, "Hi, how are you?"